All right, let's kick things off.
Speaking of Sixers, though, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, let's start there. Joel Embiid. Hey.
We'll get our bobblehead or some merch. We need some MVP merch.
We need
down
to get
here,
some
but
MVP
fucking
merch.
Shout out to Joel Embiid. Finally, we got it. We went through the walkouts together. We went through the Kawhi shot together. We went through a year not playing together. We went through Ben Simmons together. Brett Brown. We went through all that together. Now we got the MVP. One thing I do want to say, I do wish that they did the ceremony still. I didn't really think about it until it's like my guy, you know what I mean? But then you think about like the clips from the KD speech, him shouting out his mom, the Steph speech where he's talking about his dad and how it was a difficult road, even though he had a dad that was an NBA. I think it would be cool to still have the button-up ceremony. I think there's something sacred about the MVP ceremony. But shout out to Joel Embiid.
But you know what? Maybe they'll still do that. I do think it would be pretty cool in itself as well.
Getting the award in front of your crowd in the playoffs is fire.
That's what I was going to say.
It is fire.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's a sold-out crowd, and you're the center of attention on the center of the floor. Your kid's there.
That was cool.
That was cool. He said he was like crying and everything.
Yeah, no, he was.
So that was pretty cool. And you know, he breaks the Jokic, you know, the Jokic 3-peat, because everybody was saying, you know, just small talk on this bullshit, but everybody, like these analysts were all saying, if Jokic wins his third in a row, that would mean,
like, who is he?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Then we're gonna have to put him on this type of pedestal.
Exactly.
But is he that guy to be put on that pedestal? But if you get 3 back-to-back MVPs, then you should deserve to be on that pedestal,
Not a lot of guys
right?
in there, yeah.
So like that's where like the questions were coming up. But yeah, just quick stuff on that. We'll get to the Sixers a little bit later. Let's start with our fellas down in Iowa. The University of Iowa from ESPN announced Monday that 26 athletes across 5 sports, which are baseball, football, men's basketball, men's track and field, and wrestling, and 1 full-time employee of the athletic department are suspected of wagering on sports in violation of the NCAA rules. Pretty crazy stuff.
So obviously the NCAA rules have to be like any sport. It can't, or any school, right? It's not just your school, because you're gonna have information on schools in your conference.
Right.
That's like, we didn't talk about the NFL scandal that just happened with the 6 players. A couple of them out indefinitely now. A couple of them got suspended. Jameis Williams, Shaka Toney, all them.
Yeah.
Bro, everyone's doing it. Like, it's got to be in every locker room, every single school. Like, there's no, I mean, motherfuckers are like us. I mean, I was not good enough to play D1, but if I was, I wouldn't have stopped gambling. I can't assume. I would have had someone putting money in for me somehow. You know what I mean? Guys probably do the same shit. And like, even guys who probably don't gamble, it probably, because some of those guys, I mean, again, there's gambling violations, so maybe it's giving out information. You never know. Could be placing bets, could be giving people information. You got a homie that's degenerate back home, and you go to Iowa State and you play Big 12 football and you play for lines that millions of people are betting. You bet your ass there's people probably texting you, yo, bro, how's it looking? Like, is he really hurt? Such and such stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is really shining a light of how much it is going on. I'm more interested to see, do they put the band hammer down harder? Or do they do it later? Because is it one of those things where it's kind of like a marijuana-esque kind of thing, where it's like, all right, everyone's smoking pot now. Like, maybe we shouldn't suspend guys for the entire year for smoking weed. Like, everyone's gambling now. Maybe we shouldn't suspend guys. Or it's like, everyone's doing this. We need to get this the fuck out. Like, we need to Pete Rose everyone who's gambling. Like, I'm going to be real interested to see how they do that, because it's a bad problem. I mean, in that article I read, there was something about, I think it was the Alabama coach, and there was something going on in their game where he was talking to a guy who was betting on the game, and he's the fucking coach. And I mean, I love betting on the College World Series. So like, it's everything's fucking rigged. Like, everything's fucked.
Right to that point. This is an ESPN article as well. This announcement came days after Alabama fired baseball coach Brad Bohannon amid an investigation into suspicious betting activity on the Crimson Tide's game against LSU on April 28th. Listen to this, though.
Come the fuck on.
Sportsbook surveillance video indicated that the person who placed the bets was communicating with the head coach at the time.
Come the fuck on.
Multiple sources with direct information about the investigation told ESPN. So again, this goes back to my point that, you know, you brought up at the beginning of it, though, which is, I mean, everybody's doing it now. And I think, like, I'm going to draw it from when, like, Calvin Ridley got suspended last year. And then we're seeing more and more guys across the NFL. Now we're seeing that got suspended. Guys on Seattle, guys on Washington, practice squad players. Everybody's doing it. And now we're getting college, players doing it. This is, again, Iowa said, this was the quote, has received information about 111 individuals. And that's the end quote there. That's a lot of fucking guys.
A lot of people that got info on. I think that's just info. Plenty of people that don't snitch. Some people don't open their mouths. Some people don't get
am
caught.
I dumb for saying this? Like, how are they getting that information? And who's willing to give up that information?
You only need to get one rat to get a family, bro. It only takes one.
And then
rat.
what? So then what? Those guys don't get suspended as long? Like what?
I don't know. They always work their deals. We won't tell them we told them. You know what I mean? All that kind of bullshit.
Right. Yeah, we're going to see as time goes on because, we haven't really seen it that much in hockey. Haven't really seen it much in baseball.
Did they say how long the suspensions were? Or did it not come out yet?
I don't believe so.
I'm real interested to see what that is.
Leadership was notified May 2nd of potential criminal conduct related to sports wagering.
So they don't have that shit.
Yeah, look at that. Law enforcement last Wednesday provided the university with a list of individuals alleged to have participated in sports wagering. So people are fucking.
You gotta even think. I'm probably on some federal shit right now, but people have said it on Twitter, so this can't be too federal. You've seen it too, where people be like, and NCAA stuff, I got information from X school on this. I've seen plenty of cappers say that about a pick. Now, could they be lying? They like boost their pick, get credibility, who knows? But
right.
I won't be surprised if there's just regular sharps all over across these books, across the nation that have Instagram's a real thing, Twitter's a real thing. Quick Instagram DM, yo, I've been betting X amount on you guys. Like, what's going on? Like, I could show you this if you just give me some info.
Right. Well, I mean, the Iowa Gaming Commission's involved in this shit now. And then obviously they're saying as well, like, this is basically, it's like indefinitely right now, but that they're not playing, obviously, in their respective sports, but it's still under an investigation. So curious to kind of see what happens with that as we move forward, especially not only with this story as well, but just athletes professionally and collegiately gambling on sports.